What's up, my loves and fellow creatives? Here with template number 196. Let me know if y'all can hear me in the chat. Know if y'all can hear me. Yep, I heard it on the YouTubeage. So I am so glad to be able to do this one because I think this is really a super popular theme that I've been seeing. And a lot of people, especially on Etsy, are charging to customize this type of thing for you, up to $10 per file. So I decided to make a template that pretty much gives you the ability to quickly change out this groovy, wavy text that's really trending right now. Let me know if y'all love this or you love this. I'm also going to show you how to break it down into just a flat file that you can use to bring into your cutting software, or you can export it to your local screen printer so that you can do the flat base design as well. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Awesome. I'm glad y'all love it. So what I did was I came up with a few different versions of it that have different lines of text. So as you can see here, you come to the text folder and you can turn off the 6 text. You have the one that only has 2 lines, 3 lines, and 4 lines. Okay. And all of these expressions are things that you can use right now, or I want you to come to class and really be able to change these out. Okay. All right, so let's start with the bigger one. So the 6 stack text, we can double click on it. It's a smart object. Let me go ahead and save that little thing right there. And those are some examples of what we're going to do with it. But you have a line of text for each line here. Now, depending on what you type, you may or may not want to take up that entire line, or you may not want to use that line at all. Okay, so I would suggest if you know what your expression is, go ahead and choose one that's closest to what you want to do. And let's see, I think I have a little inspiration. I might have closed it down though. Let's see. What's a popular song lyric right now? Because I want to give y'all some ideas of what you can look for. Song lyrics, what's popular expression in politics, what's a popular expression on TikTok. Basically, what you want to do is use this as an excuse to to create something trendy. And it's really simple and you can make it look very complex though. So I'll give y'all a minute. I know on YouTube it's got a little delay here. I'm going to see if you all come up with something cool. If not, I think I have something. I love it. Cuff it. Okay, so because this one's long, let me. I'm trying to see if I can go ahead and create something with 6 lines of text. You probably never really use 6, but I want it to be there just in case. Good morning, gorgeous. I love that one. That would be good too. Okay, so good morning, gorgeous. That's 3. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to start with the 3 one then. So I'm going to close this one out. I'm going to turn on the one that only has 3. So, and as you can imagine, this is a popular expression right now. Somebody's fine behind auntie or mom or whatever is supposed to go there. You can double click on that and you can change it. Let's say you want to keep somebody's fine behind auntie. And like I said, the expression actually has another word there that I don't care to get shut down on YouTube for. Let's go ahead and I'm going to duplicate this one. But if I just regular duplicate it, then it will still be this different instance of the same smart object. I want to make a new smart object via copy. And what you're learning here is that when you do a new smart object via copy, it will not change the previous smart object. So then that way you're able to use it to create a smart object variation, but it will not affect the original one that you're working with. So let's see, let's do good morning. Let's say good morning. And y'all check this out. The reason why I have to do this F separate, and you'll see that on here, is because when you type the beginning of the text, any beginning of the word that starts with an F, for some reason, it has this weird behind line that comes across the top. Let me show you what that looks like. That is not my font. This is the way the font's set up. So I found a workaround for you. And I'm going to go ahead and show you what that workaround is. First, let me show you what the issue is. If I type the F here in line with the text, do you see how this very, very faint thin line pops up here? That has something to do with the actual font design. All right, so if we want to avoid that, I just found a quick hack where I basically remove the F completely, so then I don't have the line anymore. And then what I do is I have the F here separately. Now, how you may do that, I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly how I did that. I took the existing text, make sure that it fit in here, and then I did a duplicate that layer, double clicked on that T, turned it into an F, and then I held down Shift so that it stays in line with the rest of it. And there it is, the F by itself. That is by no means the easiest way to use this font. However, I just found that as a good workaround. So if you have any word that starts with the F and you see that little line go across, that's not going to be acceptable for your cutter. That's not going to be acceptable for a screen printer. And it's not going to be acceptable for sublimation. So you want to avoid that. Okay, or you could just choose a different font. I felt like this font is a free font. You get to play with it. I don't know if the paid version of this font has that same issue or what, but maybe one of you want to buy the font and tell me and find out. All right, so let's see. We're going to do this one. Good morning. So I'm going to double click on the second line of text and possibly spell morning correct. And then, of course, we want to zoom out a little bit. I'm going to hold down Shift so that I squish this in disproportionately. And then the third word would be beautiful, Beautiful. And then we have to squish this one in. So what I do is I just click on it, hold down Shift and squish it until it's on the inside here. And then I'm going to turn off the green here. The reason why I turned it on is because I wanted to see if that line was going to pop up on any other letter. I think it's just the letter F. Now for this one, you have the option to leave good just like this where it's, pretty short, or you can stretch it out. And most of the time when you see these types of images, they are going to be stretched out to the extents here. And then it's possible that you may see some of the text a little more stretched out than some of the other lines of text, depending on how long the word is. Right, so I'm going to turn off the green here, and then I'm going to go File, Save, or you can go Control S on the PC, Command S on the Mac. And there you have good morning, beautiful. And I feel like my good and my morning needs to be a little more spaced out here. So let me just shrink that up just a little bit. All right, and let's save that, see what it does. Excellent. And then I also see right here for the U that there's a little bit of that line there. This might just be this font. That might not bother you, but that does sort of bother me. And I did have an issue with that. So let me click on that again, and let's turn on our green, and let's see if we see that issue above the U. Yep, that's the font right there. So what I'm going to do, I think, oh, you know what it is? It's the F again, because it's the F before the U. So that's not going to be fun to play with. I am going to put a couple of spaces there. I'm going to show you how to listen. If you aren't anything else in this world, you are a genius. You know how to work through problems. So let's duplicate this layer. Let me show you how genius we are. Put an F there. Boom. Select the move tool and just move that F. So now I don't have that same issue. I just put two spaces there to pretty much fill in or give me the ability to fill that in with a separate F. It's not ideal, but you guys, it's just what it is for that font. And of course, I need to turn the green layer off. And let's see if that line disappears, and it does. So I have found a couple of different fonts that are paid here. You may want to look up some retro fonts, or if you have Creative Fabrica, you can find a different font. This is just one that you'll be able to play with for free. It gives you the effect that you want, but sometimes a free 99 is going to come with a little extra stress, just to let you know. All right, so the name of that font, and I put it at the top here, is Keep On Trucking, and you've probably seen this font before. However, like I said, it's not the best when it comes to that letter F. Okay, I may eventually make a font like this if you all like this kind of groovy retro font. Okay, so let's play with a couple things here. So I want y'all to know we have, of course, like a color 1, color 2. It's a smart color. Right here, it is a gradient. You can click on the gradient. Of course, you can create your own gradient here, or you can do a solid color. Let's see what the solid color looks like. Boom, there it is. You can also turn off the text effects. So you can just have the flat image if you, let's say you're going to cut that out of vinyl, puff vinyl, or you're going to have that screen printed. Okay, so you have that option as well. And here, I'm going to turn off the Good Morning Beautiful, and let's go with Daddy Claus. And here, I want to show you how you can bring in an image. So this is like a Christmas image here. So what I want you to come into class with is whatever your expression is, that's it. And just come with one image, okay? And it could be an image that you basically want to fill inside of here. So we're going to come all the way to the top to the where it says color 1, and we're going to place an image. So let's find one real quick. Let's find Christmas background. And I'm just showing you how you can search and look. If you go to tools, let me refresh that real quick. Let's go to tools, or I lied. Yeah, let's go to images first. And then we'll go to tools, size, and large. That way you get large size images here. And let's see if there is an image we want to go with. Let's go with something like this. So we can right click, open the image in a new tab just to check it out. Looks good. Right click, save image as. And this one's going to be a WebP file. I think Photoshop opens WebPs now, but we shall see. Then what I'm going to do is go to my Photoshop here. And I'm going to drag and drop this file right onto the artboard. Now, the reason why I told you to make sure that color 1 was selected or your topmost file is selected here is so that it won't break up your clipping mask. But if it just happened to break it up, then all you have to do is right click on it and create the clipping mask. Okay, so it's just that simple. If you want to be able to use something to kind of fill in the text, I want y'all to know it's that simple. Now I'm going to delete that one because I know you'll have fun putting your own image in there. And I'll turn off the color here so you can see that it would have the filling of whatever the original image is. And you can move the image around inside of here and it will automatically clip into the text. Isn't that cool? All right, let's try another variation. Let's do, I'm not a regular mom, I'm a football mom. And I see that F tried to get a little rowdy right there, but I'll buy that. That little piece on that F is not so bad. But we know what to do when we see that F violating. All right, let's go ahead, and I put a picture here for you all. It has a layer mask on it, so I want to show you. I'm actually going to delete the layer mask and show you how to make your own. So let's say, for instance, you liked a bit of this image here, but you wanted to show some of the colors for the team there. So let's say the colors for the team, I'm just going to go ahead and delete that layer mask and show you how to make a fresh one. So let's say the colors for the team are, let's say, green and orange. Okay, so right now I have yellow and blue. So let's change color number 1 to green, and I'm just going to duplicate this layer and make a green version. And let's turn off the football for right now, just so that you can see the color. And then let's do color number 2. We're going to double click on it and let's make it orange. Okay, so we'll go ahead and just go to our, let's see, our pure colors here. We should have an orange in there. There we go. Let's go with that orange. All right, now right now, all I see is the green. Now you can do a little cheat here. And what I like to do is kind of, I love gradients. So what I'm going to do is on this top color here, I'm going to create a fresh layer mask. You see that layer mask? That's the rectangle with the circle inside of it. And then I'm going to grab my paintbrush here, make sure that it's on a soft round brush, about 400 pixels. And then what I'm going to do is say, well, I kind of want alternating lines of color. So what I'm going to do is make sure my opacity is on 100% for the brush. And then I'm going to turn on this orange layer here so I can see what's going on. And look at there. You can make it kind of fade one to the next. If you want to be really precise with it, you can, but I kind of like the fact that it fades. All right, and that's an alternative to doing the whole gradient. You know, the gradient pretty much handles all that in one. But this is an alternative solution you have here. Then I can go turn on my football layer here, and let's say this doesn't really give me, if my team is orange and green, and then the background here for the sky is blue, that doesn't really give me the look I'm looking for. So I'm going to add a layer mask to the football layer, and then I'm going to use black because black is going to conceal, white will reveal. And then that way I can paint away the part of the image that I want to show the school colors. And this is a really, really quick way to get some variations in design. So let's say you have 10 local schools, 10 local high schools. You can basically change out these colors to the 10 local schools. You won't even have to put a logo on there. And then that way it would resonate with that audience. And it would be something that you can do a quick custom design in less than 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes, y'all. Iris, I see you talking about represent for fam. Of course, you know. All right. So, and of course, you can do some additional things with this. You can bring in, let's say the one that said good morning, beautiful. If you want to bring in a sunflower and put it on top of there or bring in additional elements, you absolutely can do that. I just want to show you how versatile this particular template and variation is. Now, what you do is when you get ready to make this a PNG, you can just right click on the art folder, quick export as PNG, and I'm going to save this one as the FAMU football. And y'all get it that this is a type of design. If I were doing like, let's say I'm doing this for someone who goes to FAMU or a FAMU fan. This is not infringing on FAMU. I'm not throwing a rattler on here. I'm not throwing any trademarked images or logos. I want you all to understand that there are ways that you can market to a certain audience without infringing and without causing any issue. Okay, so that might be something you do for FAMU. All right, now I have another option here, of course. You can throw in there your leopard print, do your little color there. You could recolor the whole image because that blend mode is on color and these blend modes are on normal. Okay, so you have plenty to play with. It looks like this is, you know, super complicated, but it's just a matter of playing with these different layers and getting the effect that you want. Let's see, let's turn the gradient back on here. So I'm gonna go back to color 1. I'm gonna turn our gradient back on. And I'm actually gonna create a different gradient. So I'm going to duplicate the layer, double click here, and let's pick our own colors here. So I can even drag these colors in more because maybe I noticed that most of my image I want to be pink. So I want that pink to have a lot more real estate. But let's say my secondary color, I want to be green. And then maybe here I can add a little bit different color pink. There we go. And now this is possibly an AKA theme without getting in trouble with the AKAs. Does that make sense? Like, I want you all to be able to be creative and make money in this space without getting into trouble on Etsy or anywhere else where you're selling your goods. So let's say this is going to be our pink and green colorway now. Let's go yes here. Let's go ahead and turn that colorway on. And now we've recolored this pink and green. And like I said, you could play with your blend modes here, whatever floats your boat or finds your lost remote. Color is just going to take whatever the values of the existing colors and replace them with the new given colors. And you can turn off the effects. If you don't like the effects, you can turn off just the stroke. You can turn off just the drop shadow. Whatever you would like to do, this is just a suggestion of where you can go with it and how easy this is going to be to get somewhere. All right, final thing is I'm going to show you that you have a pattern here. There's a little leopard print there, but if you have any other patterns or you'd like to make another pattern, you're absolutely able to go in here, change the patterns up, change the scale of that pattern, and make it your own look. All right, now I'm going to hit cancel on that one because I'm going to keep the leopard print in there for you. But that is it, loves. This was a really quick editable file. You're going to be able to do a lot with it. You're going to be able to make as many variations as you want for as many of the themes and occasions that you want. All right, now this will be class number 196. If you are a VIP or a Platinum VIP member, then you will have a coupon code or a link where you'll be able to join the class tonight for free. And go ahead and download the class file at 7 o'clock. Class will begin at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The reason why I don't release the file until 7 o'clock is because I want to make sure that the people who download the file before class are the ones who are able to participate in class. Okay. If the file does not download between 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock, then more than likely your computer is not going to be functioning during class because it is probably going to take too long. Okay. So in that case, just hang out. You've got your file. Wait until the live class is now a pre-recorded class, and then you can watch it on your own time, and eventually you will be upgrading your computer, because I promise you, with how well these files work and how much you're going to be able to do, you will want to invest in upgrading your computer so that you can keep up with the live classes, okay? And with Photoshop in general. All right. And the thing is, like, this, it looks short, but you guys will be able to make so many variations off of this. It's going to be bananas. So I can't wait to see what you all come up with. I know Coach Chrissy will do a bomb job in class tonight. So until next time, y'all know I appreciate y'all. I love you dearly. And until next time, bye.